JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Man gunned down in James Mountain in Sligoville. Detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police are probing the shooting death of a man whose body was found along a road in Sligoville last night. The deceased is yet to be identified. Reports are that at about 7:30 p.m., the police were summoned to James Mountain District by residents. Upon arrival, the body of a man was observed on a roadway with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his head. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Rifleman's reign of terror comes to an end. The third suspect, believed to be involved in the attempted robbery at Fink's Supermarket on Church Street, Montego Bay, in St. James on Tuesday, who was shot and killed by the police on Thursday, has been identified as Delarue Duncan, otherwise called Rifleman. Duncan was atop the police's most wanted list in St. James, having been linked to several murders and violent crimes. 30-year-old Duncan was out on bail at the time of his demise. He was charged with the January 2022 murder of Shavane Stevens, otherwise called Alex, in Ocean Heights, St. James. That incident also resulted in 3 others being shot and injured. Beyond that charge, police intelligence had linked Duncan to several of the homicides in the parish. 4 people reportedly cut down by Duncan between August 23 and October 5, 2024. Duncan was arrested on October 5 following the last murder, but despite his arrest, he continued his reign of terror from behind bars. He was reportedly instrumental in orchestrating the murder of a 46-year-old merchandiser just days later on October 8. Duncan's life of crime was cut short after he was shot and killed during a confrontation with the St. James police on Thursday. 2 other suspects in the attempted robbery were fatally shot by the police on Wednesday. Clarendon taxi operator charged for stealing car in Manchester. A Clarendon taxi operator accused of stealing a Toyota Axia motor car from a premises in Manchester and engaging the police in a shootout has been charged. Anthony Wallace, otherwise known as Travis, of Maypen, is charged with larceny of a motor vehicle, shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. His court date is being arranged. Reports from the Mandeville police are that at about 2:42 a.m. on Wednesday, March 12, Wallace and another man visited the premises and stole the car. An alert was issued to the police, and upon their arrival, the vehicle was spotted parked along the roadway. The cops approached the vehicle and were confronted by 2 armed men who opened fire on them before fleeing the area on foot, according to the police. An investigation was launched, and Wallace was listed as a person of interest. The police say he turned himself in on Tuesday, March 18, and was subsequently charged on Wednesday, March 19, after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. No prison time for a woman caught with stolen baby. Anisha Ramsey, who pleaded guilty to stealing a 5-week-old baby in 2019 after allegedly agreeing to adopt the infant for $500,000, was given a 2-year suspended sentence on Thursday afternoon in the Home Circuit Court. Ramsey pleaded guilty to the charge of child stealing last December. In handing down the sentence, Justice St. Pusey said that while the court must balance the circumstances of both the mother and the defendant and send a clear message that the offense is very serious, a non-custodial sentence was appropriate in this case. The judge stated that he took into consideration there was no evidence that Ramsey was directly involved in the theft of the baby, her good antecedents, and the positive social inquiry report. He also noted that she had lost a child and was in a dark place at the time. Baby Nair Frank was snatched while his mother was walking with him along Russell Road in St. Andrew on the afternoon of October 13, 2019. The mother was reportedly forced into a vehicle with her baby by men who later took the infant and released her. On January 22, 2020, the baby was found in Ramsey's security house in Hopewell, St. Andrew. She was arrested and charged. Court documents indicate that Ramsey had allegedly been in contact with the individual who gave her the baby before Nair was abducted. Ramsey has maintained that she never knew the baby was stolen when she agreed to adopt the baby. Ramsey stated that she had earlier lost her own baby, and while going through depression, a friend told her that he knew someone in the adoption business and could get her a baby. According to Ramsey, she could not make the payment and was told that a payment plan could be arranged. Ramsey, who claimed she could not come up with any of the money, said she asked her friend to come back for the baby several times, but he told her the baby's mother did not want the child back. Ramsey said that after she became suspicious, her friend blocked her and she did not know what to do. Attorney at law Keon Atkinson represented Ramsey. Bail hearing for Jolan Silvero set for next Tuesday. Jolan Silvero, former Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, who is accused of murdering his wife in 2023, will make another push for a bail in the Court of Appeal next week. According to a court schedule released this week, a hearing has been set for Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. before Justice Nicole Foster Pusey. The bail application will be heard in chambers. In May 2024, a judge in the Supreme Court denied Silvero's application for bail. At the time, its attorney, Peter Champagne KC, said an appeal was a live issue. In February, a judge remanded the 52-year-old businessman for a trial on January 12 next year. Melissa Silvero, 42, was founded in the couple's home in Stony Hill, St. Andrew, on November 10, 2023. It was first reported that she died in her sleep from natural causes, but an autopsy performed 3 weeks after her death revealed that she had died from gunshot wounds. 3 bullet fragments were found inside her body, leading the police to commence a murder investigation. Silvero was arrested and charged on January 18, 2024. JUTC bus drivers charged for alleged fuel theft. Detectives assigned to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations branch CTOC have charged 2 drivers employed by the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, with multiple counts of simple larceny following separate incidents involving the alleged theft of fuel from the bus company. Charged are 34-year-old Chavez Brown, otherwise called Shab, and a 38-year-old Duchesne Brown, otherwise called Shane. Reports from the police are that on 2 occasions, Chavez Brown diverted a JUTC bus to Chesterfield Drive in St. Andrew, where he extracted 100 litres of fuel. The police say on March 13, the JUTC bus he operates was intercepted after leaving the location where the fuel was extracted. Following an interview on Monday, March 17, he was charged with 2 counts of simple larceny. Meanwhile, Duchesne Brown was arrested on Thursday, March 20, after it was revealed that on February 17, 20, and 23, he diverted a JUTC bus to locations in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, where over 500 litres of fuel was extracted, according to the police. He was charged with 3 counts of simple larceny. The police said the investigation came under the purview of CTOC investigators, following its possible link to organized criminal elements. Fuel theft on this scale represents a significant loss to the economy and ultimately impacts all tax-paying citizens, said Superintendent Victor Barrett of CTOC. We are committed to dismantling these criminal networks and ensuring the protection of public resources. We are actively pursuing all leads and anticipate further arrests as the investigation progresses, he added. PM defends the economic performance of his administration. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, in his contribution to the budget debate in Parliament on Thursday, dismissed criticisms by the parliamentary opposition that the country is in an economic crisis and presented data to defend the fiscal policies of his administration. The opposition has argued that the country is now in a technical recession due to recent lack of growth.
Madam Speaker, our current annual rate of inflation is now down to 4.4%, at the lower end of the Bank of Jamaica's target range of 4 to 6%. Through well-managed fiscal and monetary policy, we have brought inflation back down to sustainable levels. My administration has instituted a robust policy of inflation targeting through disciplined monetary policy of the independent central bank, supported by responsible fiscal policies of the central government. We must not allow the failed policies of the PNP to destroy the gains we have made in managing inflation over the decades. During the past 9 years, the Jamaican dollar has depreciated by an average of 2.9% per year relative to the US dollar. This is by far the lowest rate of currency depreciation under any political administration since independence. By contrast, Madam Speaker, the dollar depreciated by an average of 8.5% annually under the last PNP administration. And the worst currency depreciation took place under the PNP administration of 1989 to 2007. When they assumed office in 1989, the exchange rate was 5.51, that's $5.51 Jamaican dollars to $1 US dollar. When they left in 2007, the dollar had fallen to $70.41 to $1 US dollar. a whopping 1,178% depreciation. Madam Speaker, it is this period of foreign exchange volatility under the PNP that is the starting point of Jamaica's economic woe. Jamaica today has the most robust and transparent foreign exchange market in the region. But that road that you are looking on now, that the potholes are all emerging, they weren't maintained. And the reason why they couldn't be maintained is because we had to take almost 70% of our tax revenues to pay for the bad policy choices of the PNP during the 1990s and FINSA. It is a point that needs to be understood, that the economic struggle that the country has had to restore its economy is so that it is able to have revenues steady and stable and predictable that it can then use to maintain and provide the things you want over a long period without making bad decisions to put those revenues in peril. If you want to know what drives me, Madam Speaker, is to make sure that we never go back. So, Madam Speaker, so if you want to know what is the root of our problems today, it is the bad policies of the PNP in the 1990s.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.